Alright, so what's up guys, and today in front of me I have the Google Pixel 6 and I've been using this device for more than a month now, maybe 2 months now. Yeah, I did jump a bit late on the Pixel 6 band, but I have it and I've been using this, and I feel that it is a good time that I give my review on this phone. It is sort of a long-term review because I've been using it for 2 months now, but yeah, it's not like the six month review or something like that. It's just a 2 month old review. So yeah, I got the Pixel 6 128 gigs, and this is actually the black color. I have a debrand skin on top of it, so if you actually carefully see, it is actually skin and it's not the glossy material that the Pixel has. So yeah, because the coral color, I think it's what it's called, was out of stock, I got the black one and I just decided to skin it myself. So this is the not so coral color of the Pixel 6. So yeah, I've been using this for as I said, 2 months now, and initially I had like really bad impressions of this phone. I did not like it at all, but it has gradually changed, and to be honest, the initial days was like my fault. So yeah, I'm gonna just explain every single thing, every single detail in this video. What I'll do quickly is I'll just toggle dark mode off, just because it won't look, or it doesn't look good on video. So I'll just quickly turn off dark mode. There we go, and we're good to go. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the review of the Pixel 6. So we'll start with the very basics, and first I'm going to talk about is the display and the fingerprint scanner. So the display is beautiful, 90 Hz display. I use the iPhone 13 Pro, which is 120 Hz display, but switching to 90, I did not feel much of a difference. I mean, it actually feels pretty similar. Sometimes I do feel that it stutters a bit if I compare it to my 120 Hz on iPhone 13 Pro, but overall 90 Hz is just fine. You won't notice any difference between, like, a lot of difference between 90 and 120 Hz. But other than that, the display is actually beautiful. It doesn't go as bright as the 13 Pro, but it's pretty bright. And then if I go to display, we have like bunch of color correction as well. So if I go to adaptive brightness, as you can see, we have that. But if I go down, where was it? Yeah, colors. So if you want a natural look on your phone, you can just go natural. If you want a boosted, more saturated look, you can go to boosted. I keep it adaptive because I like how it adapts to the surroundings and how it changes colors. The only thing I don't like is the color shift. So on my Pixel 6, I don't know if everyone has this issue or not, but on my Pixel 6, I can actually feel the color shift. I can, even now when I look at an angle, I see pink tint on my Pixel 6. It's not that harsh, but and I always use dark mode, but when I switch to light mode like I did now, I can actually notice the pink tint on my Pixel 6. So let me know if your Pixel 6 also has a tint, but it's not like a major issue. So let's talk about the fingerprint sensor now. My initial impressions, like very initial impressions, when I got the phone, worked fine. It was a bit slow, but it worked fine. Then I decided to put or install a Spigen tempered glass. I was totally unaware about the tempered glass situation on the Pixel 6 and how it works. I thought every single tempered glass should work with the sensor because it's not like an ultrasonic sensor, it's just an optical sensor. So it just like scans your fingerprint, it flashes light on your fingerprint and so on. So I thought it should work, but my review with the Spigen tempered glass was very bad. It worked like 0% of times. So after using it for like a couple of days, I decided to just take the tempered off and see how it works. So I took the tempered off, I re-scanned my fingerprint, and now it works fine. As you can see, if I just tap, so that was really bad, but oh damn. So if I tap, it asked me for a password, but that was really weird. Oh no, why is it asking me for password? I was just complimenting the Pixel 6 fingerprint sensor, and this is what happens. Okay, there we go. It worked. So again, if I just turn off my screen, if I just put my finger in, there we go, it works. The only thing I don't like about this is you actually have to hold and tap a bit, because if I just hold on the sensor, there we go, it doesn't work. So if I have to actually hold and tap on it a bit, damn, it's actually turning out to be pretty bad. But honestly, after removing the fingerprint sensor or the tempered glass, the fingerprint has been working fine. I don't know why it isn't detecting my finger today. Maybe because it's dry or something. But I have both the fingers registered. Yeah, there we go, it works. Is it like, I think my right finger is like very dry. I think that's the reason why. But as you can see, it works good on my left, but on the right, yeah, there we go, it worked fine. If I just turn the display off, nope, so something's wrong with my right thumb. But yeah, if you register your fingerprint, and if you don't have a tempered, or if you do have a tempered, you should only get the Made by Google certified tempered glasses, because only those work fine with the fingerprint scanner. But yeah, initial impressions was, but after I took the tempered off, it has gotten a bit better, to the point where it works 98% of the time now, and before it only used to work 2% of the time, or even less. There was a point where I actually disabled the fingerprint sensor. I used to just put the pin. So yeah, I'm like very much relieved now that the fingerprint is working. So yeah, don't use a tempered glass, but if you do, if you want to have a tempered glass, just put Made by Google certified, which costs a lot. But I mean, if you want to protect your phone as well, that's a good investment to put on. So yeah, the display, great. Fingerprint sensor, great as well. A bit slow, but it's working great for me now. So now let's jump on to the battery life. And a lot of people ask me about how the battery is on the Pixel 6. I have heard from a lot of people, a lot of reviewers, that it's better than the 6 Pro for some reason. I think because the 6 Pro has a 120Hz display. So I think that might be the reason why. But for me, this lasts an entire day. Honestly, I don't use this as my primary device, but I do every single thing that I do on my primary iPhone 13 Pro on this Pixel 6 as well. So lasting an entire day on this is actually really good. So if I go into battery real quick, battery usage past 24 hours, not used a lot. I was just working this morning, so did not use my Pixel or my iPhone a lot today. But can I see? I can't. I can't check for previous days like I could on the iPhone, but yeah, battery life is pretty good. If I find any screenshots, which I don't think I have of the Pixel 6, but the battery, you can trust me on that, will last you an entire day on a full charge. So I usually charge my phone at night. I don't charge it overnight, but I put it on charge at like 10 p.m. at night, and it automatically stops charging at 12 p.m. 12 a.m. midnight. So it does charge 100%, but it drains from 100 to 97 or 96 till the morning. But even then, it lasts me an entire day. So the battery life is actually really good on the Pixel 6, and you can actually trust your Pixel in terms of battery life. There were days where it actually lasted me 2 days as well. So last weekend I went at my cousin's place. I forgot to get my Type-C charger for Pixel. I only had the lightning cable for my iPhone. Um, so at that time I actually used it less, the Pixel, but it did last me for 2 days, and I did not even have to turn on the battery saver mode. It just lasted me for 2 days, and I think I had like 10% battery left after 2 days as well. So that's a good thing. So yeah, battery life very good, and just one thing you won't get an adapter in the box. It's just a Type-C cable. So I actually have an Anchor adapter which they sent me, so I used that one. But you can get any adapter, just make sure that it is above 20 watts, or even 20 watts is fine, because that will fast charge your Pixel. Now let's quickly talk about the build quality. I forgot to mention it very initially, but honestly the build quality on the Pixel 6 is really good. It's glass on the back and metal on the sides. The one thing I like about the Pixel 6 are the buttons. I'll just quickly, so if you could hear it, they are very clicky, and this is the one thing I love about the Pixel 6 are the buttons. Even the vibration motor is actually very nice. So that's another thing that the Pixel has a better hand on in Android devices. Obviously it's not as good as the iPhone, but for the Android race it's actually pretty nice. So the buttons and the vibration motor is really good. On the other hand, I do like how it feels in the hand as well. So there's the camera bump here on the back. One thing I like about it is it actually acts as a resting place for your finger. So if you're holding a phone like this, you can actually, if you see on the back, put your finger on here to rest, and you can easily use the phone if you want. So it's either hand, you can put both the hands here as well. So that's the one thing I like. It's same for me on the iPhone as well with the camera bump. I just rest my finger on the camera bump, so it's a good thing. But other than that, I have no complaints about the build quality. It is built really fine, and I've been using it caseless. Even before the skin, I used to use it caseless, and I have no issues using it caseless. No scratches on the screen or on the back, no dents on the aluminum sides. I have actually dropped it thrice, I think, on my wooden floor. Even then it did not have any scratches or stuff like that. So build quality is top notch as well, and I have literally zero complaints for build quality. Now it's actually time to jump on the performance. Let's talk about the Pixel Tensor chip. To be honest, I am not going to lie here. I'll be very honest. I play no games on my phone, so I can't really comment on the gaming side of this, the gaming aspect of Pixel 6. But I use this to browse social media, to do all kinds of stuff. I use camera a lot as well. So for all that, for me, the performance has actually been really good. I have like less apps here, but I can guarantee you that even if I had, let's say, 10 to 12 apps or so, the phone won't lag at all. I usually have a lot of apps, but I think it's just because of Android 13's optimization that it kills apps in the background. But yeah, it's no issue for me. I use it daily, but I have not noticed any lag ever on this phone. I don't know what people think about it. Even Marcus Brownlee tweeted it long back that Pixel 6 is buggy. Yeah, it is buggy, but it's just not buggy for me. The usage varies from person to person, and I actually can't comment on people using this device as a gaming device. because I personally don't game, you won't find a single game on my phone. But for me, I use it daily, and as I said, there were no lags, no stutters, did not freeze on me once. So yeah, if one person is saying that it actually lags, if it's buggy, it's buggy. Then it's universal. But if people are saying it lags, it totally depends on the person and his or her usage. For me, it did not lag even once. I use it daily, as I said, and yep, no lags at all. It is buggy, and I'll tell you a few bugs that I remember on top of my head right now. Sometimes what happens is people will call me on this number and it actually won't go through. For example, I won't get a call, but they had actually called. So that's a weird bug. So I have to ask them to call on a different number. But that's one bug. I have only noticed it twice, I think, and not a lot. But yeah, that's a bug I wanted to talk about. Next thing is I don't like about the Android 13 optimization is it actually kills apps in the background. I like to have a full list of my apps. Weirdly, it like deletes or it removes apps from memory to clear the memory, but I don't like it at all. The next thing is, or the next bug I have noticed is with the camera. I don't like how it lags while switching in between cameras. So for example, if I switched between from the main to the wide lens, it lags for a second or two and then it switches. It's not as smooth as the one on the iPhone cameras. That's the one thing I don't like. But I mean, these are small bugs, nothing major. You won't even notice it if you actually don't care about it. But I do, so I do notice it. The front camera is not as good, but it's manageable. And there are actually a lot minor bugs that I don't even remember now. But I did actually face a lot of bugs on Android 13 itself. I just don't remember it on top of my head now because they are not that major for me to actually remember them. But yeah, Android 13 is buggy. It's not laggy, it's not freezy, but it is buggy. So there's a difference between being buggy and being laggy. So you have to keep that in mind, and only then decide on if you want to buy it or not. But yeah, Android 13 is, or Android 12. I'm so sorry, I was saying Android 13, but Android 12. I was on the beta. I just opted out of the Android 12 betas for no reason because I want to try Android 13 betas as well. And so I was on the Android 12 beta, no issues on that. But as soon as I switched back to Android 12 stable, I started noticing a little bit of a bugs here and there. But yeah, I am definitely going to jump on the Android 13 public beta when it's out, I think next week or so. So yeah, bugs definitely there, but nothing major. But yeah, the performance, as I was saying, is really good. So apps open really quick. As you can see, let's see the weather. There we go, open really quick. Google One, there we go. Let's see, AMC Theaters, there you go, open instantly. Let's open Apple Music, there we go, again opened instantly. So it's actually in the performance is really good. It's just that if you use it like if you're a hardcore user or something like that, you might think that it's a bit laggy. It's nothing new, to be very honest. Even the Nexuses had a software. There's a certain difference between other skins and the Pixel ones. Let's take for example the OnePlus skin. It's snappy because the animations are very snappy. But there's just something about a Pixel software. It doesn't feel smooth, but it actually is smooth. It's just that it won't feel that snappy if you compare it to other OEMs, but it actually feels really smooth. So yeah, performance has been great for me. Every app I open stays in background. I have zero complaints on the RAM. if I again go back to, let's say, settings, as you can see, it is actually in RAM. Google One, it's in RAM. Let's say if I open the camera, as you can see, camera, and then if I go back again to the first app, there we go, it's again in memory. So performance is again good for me. Personally, I don't use this device hardcore. I just casually use this device for me. But if you're a hardcore user, again, you should give it a try. You just don't judge it by looking at other people's reviews. Give it a try and only then decide on if you want to keep it or not. But performance for me, if you're a casual to a moderate user, I do use the camera a lot on the Pixel. So if you're a hardcore camera user, or if you use the camera a lot, it again still won't lag for you. So the performance, again, no complaints, works really, really good. Now let's jump to the Pixel exclusive. Not an exclusive, but what the Pixels are meant for is the camera. And cameras, I gotta say, it has got a really, really good camera. If I compare it to my iPhone 13, sometimes iPhone takes better images, sometimes Pixel takes better images. But when it comes to video, again, I prefer iPhone. There's no competition for iPhone in video department, but the images actually come out better on the Pixel sometimes. I think it's going to be 65 to 35, 60 or 60-40. 60% of the times Pixel takes good images, and or even more, and it's less on the iPhone 13 Pro. So yeah, for pictures, Pixel is actually really, really good. I'll pop up a few images on screen that I have taken from the Pixel and edited in Lightroom. I edit every image I take in Lightroom. I have the Adobe subscription as well, so it syncs everywhere for me. So yeah, the images taken on the Pixel are really good. The contrast is on point. It's just what I like on a contrast level. White balance is great. Sometimes it does miss the white balance when it's a lot sunnier. It tends to actually give you a warmer image rather than what's natural. The only thing I miss on this camera is the zoom. I'm very much used to the 3x zoom on my iPhone, so I do miss it on the Pixel. We do have a 2x zoom, but it's not like it's just digitally cropping in the image. It's not an actual sensor on the back. As you can see, if I just switch to the back, it's just the main camera and the ultra wide sensor with a flash and microphone. So yeah, I do miss the zoom, the telephoto camera, but it's all good. If I have to take telephoto images, I just take it on my iPhone. But the one thing I like about on the Pixel are the motion pictures, the motion mode. We have two of them, action pan and long exposure. I've played with both and I use the long exposure one a lot, and I have a few images that I want to share that taken from long exposure and action pan. So these are the two things I do use a lot on the Pixel, and I miss them on the iPhone. I have actually bought the Moment Camera app just to have these two functions on my iPhone. So the fact that you get it for free on the Pixel is actually really, really good. Another thing I miss on the iPhone is the photosphere mode. I don't know what it is about photospheres, but when I go to a landscape, I always take a photosphere of a 360 degree of the angle. So yeah, the cameras are definitely good on the Pixels. And if you just want to buy it for cameras, I think you should go for it. But if you want to use a telephoto lens, if you want that extra zoom, go for the Pixel 6 Pro and you won't be disappointed. So I know this was actually not like an in-depth review of the Pixel. I just touched a lot of things from the top, but I'm pretty sure you have watched like hundreds and thousands of reviews already about this device. because once you are interested on a phone, you tend to watch the videos related to the phone a lot. So I just decided to brush up upon things on how my usage has been for the past 2 months. The camera, the battery, the display, and everything, fingerprint sensor, and so I'll be repeating myself now, but this is like the entire package that I was looking for. I did try the Pixel 6 Pro as well, but I just find this size to be perfect. Honestly, the 13 Pro has the best size, but this is not bad. This is not that huge. The Pixel 6 Pro is even bigger. It's like yay tall, and I actually don't like how tall the 6 Pro is, and I also don't like the curved edges. I prefer the flat ones on the 6 Pro. The bezels are a bit thicker, but I mean, do you really care about the bezels? If I have dark mode enabled, I won't even notice the bezels. So yeah, that's like a very secondary thing to think about. So yeah, overall, if I had to conclude my use of the Pixel 6, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I'll cut 1 point just for the overall usage, the bugs, the camera, and so on, like not having a telephoto in this price range, or having a buggy system, and just minimum things like that just loses points. But overall, I'm very satisfied with my use of the Pixel 6. And if you want to jump on the Pixel 6 train, go for the 6. The 6a is actually coming out really soon, next month or so. So if you want to wait, you can wait, or if you want like a flagship device, because the A series is like a mid-range device. So if you want a flagship device, just go for the Pixel 6 or the 6 Pro. You'll get the very best tensor chip. You'll get everything that you want in a flagship device. So yeah, if you have any questions regarding this device, or any specific questions, just put them down in the comment section. If you have any doubts regarding this video, again, in the comment section, I'll be happy to reply to you guys. But yeah, that is been it for this video. This was my long-term review of the Pixel 6. I usually don't script my videos, so if I missed on anything, I'll definitely be replying to you guys in the comment section. If you have any questions, put them down. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.